Good day, everyone. Welcome to another Invitational League, A Link to the Past Randomizer Pseudo Boots Cross Keys Week 6 matchup. I am Maniacal, and I am joined here by a surprise Fear agent. Yo, Fear, how's it going? You with us?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just like throwing everything together. What's up, dude?
Not too much, dude. I thought I was thrown to the wolves all by myself. We got some team co-coms here. This is great.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Just yell at each other and it'll be awesome and natured. And
Yep.
I was just telling these guys they need to finish up so I can make the 216 weekly.
Yeah, I'm out of here at 11:30, so I'm hoping it's a fast one. They have pseudo boots, so hopefully it makes it fast.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't have proper context on this, I'm Maniacal. I'm a team member of Bottles on Empty with Ninjembro, and Fear is on the Divine Beastie Boys with Ramond. I'd asked Ramond about pronunciation of his name, and he said basically anything goes. So I might just try and pronounce it like 17 different ways, or I might just stick with Ramond as well.
Yeah, I go with Ramon too.
And the runners are off. We have competing starts here. And Ramon finding the sanctuaries right by the little handhold, and Ninjembro using those pseudo boots to set up his fake flipper to get up to the same spot.
Yeah, this is why we like the Sank start, just in case it saves you a little bit of time. It doesn't get checked the witch's hut, but that's usually not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, results-oriented thinking and whatnot, but Bombs in Link's house also is pretty nice.
Yeah.
We'll see where Ramon's going with the next start here. But I feel like the Blue Guard was Bomb prize pack, and I got 300 rupees in Link's house and then left my boots at the Witch's Hut for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's total results-oriented thinking, though. Like,
yeah,
I mean, how often is that going to actually happen?
Very seldom.
Yeah. So Ramon using those bombs from Link's house to check the back of Escape and gets a Turtle Rock small key.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ninjembro is not doing the same, taking the immediate drop and coming back out through Sank once he sees that Sank is where it is. But he is just going right for the whole hand.
Yeah,
so
getting the money's
good. A little bit of equity.
Yeah, making sure you have all that cash. Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, and also with the save and quit here, so he might have some plans from Link's house. Ramond using the sort of the gate there in the graveyard to set up a door dash into the sanctuary. Or a key dash into the sanctuary. It's pretty nice.
That's smart.
Yeah, Ramond is a pretty smart player.
He's really good at the game. I mean, honestly, I just wanted to hitch my ride to successful runners. Ramon is a really successful, really good runner, and it's worked out so far for me.
Yeah, so far you guys are having a really good season so far with an 11-0 start. Our season doesn't suck too bad, though.
No, it's you cannot complain about that season at all. I mean, you're locked for the playoffs already. That's the big thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's I would call it a successful season, no matter what the results here today are.
I mean, I'd call it a successful season if you get to game with friends for like
totally, yeah. And Bottles on Empty is one of the few teams that I know has met up in person and knows each other.
Yeah,
that's super awesome.
Yeah, these guys are both Ninjembro and Barnage are friends of mine going back, at least 15 years. So
wow, yeah, that's awesome. That's
Ninjembro,
what's fun about the league, right? Like getting a chance to play with your friends. Because normally in this mode it's all 1v1, right? And so league, you get a team up with your friends, you get a root for your friends. We see a lamp there as well.
Yeah, in the Graveyard Ledge, also coming with these free bombs.
Yeah, super nice.
I didn't catch where that entrance was. Oh, Lost Woods. See, I wouldn't think Ninjembro would miss that for all that long, but we'll see how much of Hyrule Castle he chooses to do. I didn't catch where he found it either.
He's got 5 bombs, so he could get through here. Here's a secret about Ramon. Does not like Hyrule Castle at all. So
Okay.
we won't see him do much of Hyrule Castle, I would think, until he gets to Hyrule Castle Small. And even then is pretty hesitant. But that Desert Palace Small key could be pretty nice.
Yeah, Desert Small's a pretty big early find, honestly. Just because anything that's going to open up multiple items and simplify the potential of like weird double and triple dips that this mode can get. It's always good to find those things early.
He does have to be careful here because he's got 3 bombs, and that's exactly the amount of bombs he needs to get through here.
Yeah, I would expect a little bit of a kamikaze thing, but maybe he knew that the sword guards were bomb prize pack. I don't know.
That's possible. Yeah.
He is using a really safe strat for this blue guard here.
Turtle Rock Small's interesting. It's one of those that could be tough. You usually only need about 1 of them, though. I guess it depends on the actual seed, but more often than not, you can get away with usually one Turtle Rock Small.
Yeah, texture seed can be highly variable. But this green guard's kind of being a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah, he's trying to keep him alive to Death Warp out of here, but I don't know.
I don't know if that's possible. He might actually be managing to do that here.
Yeah, what a moron. Not Ninjembro, but talking about the guard.
Yeah. Could also be talking about Ninjembro, but more the green guard was on patrol, but not doing a very good job of it.
Terrible job, man. Terrible job. Just the compass from the bottle fender. Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, so we're not going to have to keep track of logic behind the Hyrule Castle small key. So that's good. The compass doesn't give us anything that's particularly weird, and it was in Sahasrara's area. Shout out to Open League competitor and mentor tournament alumnus, Mr. Angry Pants, who was mentored by me and Ninjembro this past year a good bit.
Oh, nice.
Showing us up here with the knowledge, Ninjembro finding the much beloved Spiral Cave.
Ugh. Such a terrible spot too, because you're probably going to end the route there, but you have to go check Flute Spot 5 first.
Exactly. You have to go down to Flute 5. You also don't have a proper weapon to get past the mini Moldorms.
He's probably not going to do it because he's only got 2 hearts too.
Yeah.
Laser Bridge didn't really have much there. That's in the Smith house.
Yeah, I expect to see the probably the grab a fairy and spec rock drop here. Maybe even bomb jump this over doing Spiral Cave from Ninjembro. 2 bad connectors in the eastern area. And not even going to try the bomb jump.
Yeah, he's only got 1. You don't want to have, using it for a bomb jump that you might even fail. It would feel kind of bad.
That's fair, although with the sword guards being bomb prize pack, I get a lot less worried about that. That gives you pretty good access early, and we find East Death Mountain out of the spec rock drop here.
Not bad.
Yeah, so good on Ninjembro saving his bomb in case he needs it for one of these entrances. I would have greeted out and gotten the extra entrance.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these
connector to a connector to a connector. Yep, we're in a Fairy Ascension. Kakariko coming up with some cash there for Ramon.
Yeah, so far, Kakariko with a good assortment, and was that the other side of Fairy Ascension? I think it was.
No, it was the left side. So that's the Fairy Ascension was on the right. This is on the left. Oh, in Kakariko. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think Ramon just found the other end of Fairy Ascension in Kakariko, so Ninjembro might find himself over there that way.
Yeah. That's hard to keep your eyes on 2 different screens at the same time.
Yeah, that
I think
might
after
be
doing it all these times, I would get better at it, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, I think that might be the one thing that I see correctly the entire race. It's so easy to get lost and so hard to watch 2 screens at the same time. So big shout outs to our tracker, Sinhei, who is doing a much better job of tracking the one trackable item that we have so far in the lamp.
Yeah.
We also have some keys, but we'll see if those show up right. And Ramon is going to bomb his way into Hera here. And then Jimbo realizing, hey, I'm in Kakariko now.
Yeah,
This
that was
doesn't suck.
convenient. That was very convenient. Yeah.
I wanted to be here anyway. Oh, hey, a bunch of rupees. Guess I can buy bombs.
So I don't think, have we seen Ganon yet? I don't think we've seen Ganon.
We have not seen the Ganon
So
drop
Ganon's
yet.
either at the castle or vanilla, I think.
I believe that is correct. Yeah, that should be correct. Although I'm not certain. Did we get up to the well already? I can't imagine we didn't, but I didn't catch what was at the well drop.
Yeah, I missed it too.
And Jember is going to get this to and the mirror out of Super Bunny. Oof.
Wow.
That is gross.
That's a huge Super Bunny catch.
As a good haul there.
Is that where Ramon's heading now?
I think so.
Oh no, he's taking
no,
Brothers.
He's going to Brothers West here. Mirroring directly into Eastern back to Spiral. That's gonna work out really nice for Ninjembro.
Well, if he can make it through. Oh, he's got Samaria.
He's got Samaria now, yeah.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
With the full decanter from Super Bunny, like, that's a really good awareness error there from Ninjembro.
Yeah, and so Ramon missing out on that mirror. And it looks like he's going to be missing out on it for a while because the other end of Super Bunny was Pod.
Yeah.
Which he's not getting to anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, he could find himself back in Kakariko, but... And if he gets up to the mountain the same way Ninjembro did, he may end up going through Fairy Ascension, although I think it was the long way, so I wouldn't expect it. But we'll see what draws him back to Kakariko.
So I'm guessing we saw Ganon and missed it because Ramon just did the Lost Woods drop down at the castle blind, so he knew that it was safe to drop down there.
Ganon might be a sanctuary. The specific question that you asked me was, do we know where Ganon is? And
yes.
Neither of us knows where Ganon is.
For sure. Yeah.
And Ninjembro does find some bombs with 560 rupees. Not bad to pick those up. And we're getting some of these south entrances. So, how much have you done with the Pseudo Boots cross keys, Fear? I know,
I've done a few.
Obviously you raced Barnage earlier this week.
Yeah, I've done a couple.
So what are your thoughts on what changes in this mode relative to normal cross keys?
I don't think it actually changes all that much. I feel like it just allows you to do things a little bit quicker, and I think that was the goal of having the Pseudo Boots, is maybe speed these seeds up, because you see the times drop just a little bit this week. But yeah, I don't know if it really changes any route. It didn't really change any routing for me. We did have, in my seed against Barnage, we did have go mode boots, which was silly.
Yeah, that was a pretty silly one. You still put up a really nice time on that seat, though. For what it was. Oh, and Paradox here. All the way over in the Ice Rod Cave area. And Jembro's fighting a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff Ramon's not going to do without the glove unless he has to. Oh, no.
Oh, but yeah, Ninjembro getting a little crab delayed. I wanted to see some Samaria action there, but I think he's probably going to go back for it.
I mean, it's Paradox. You got to, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the things about this mode, is that because you have faster light world overworld travel from the drop, those sorts of mistakes cost so much less.
Mm-hmm.
There's also less to give because the seeds on average are faster.
Right.
I think things like Bunny Walk get a little bit deprioritized.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bunny walking anyways. Like, I really like to hold out until it's kind of a last result. He wants to make it tough. $20 from the Dark Cross there.
So not missing anything Dark Cross on the Ninjembro's end. you'll get the heart too.
Definitely. The problem is the heart doesn't do anything against the crabs. And this is the kind of the scary part of pseudo boots, or any sort of boots when you don't have a sword here, is navigating through this. Ooh, just accidentally dashing into one of the crabs there.
All right, so the entrance that he missed was nothing, but there is still the Paradox Cave here.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, this is a 7 prize entrance. So.
Which again, I don't think Ramon's going to make a priority to check, since he kind of likes to combo the rock checks in. Doesn't like to isolate stuff as much. So attempt to wait for gloves. Ooh, flippers. So I don't expect to see him here anytime soon, but you never know. He might just run out of locations. Flippers is a really nice get. They do have Zora money as well.
Yeah, that should fix my microphone. Thanks, Discord.
Oh yeah.
So thanks to chat for letting me know. I apologize if I'm now too loud.
No,
I hope we can get me adjusted.
I think you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, other than flippers, not too much coming out of that paradox. Finding.
So he's just pausing to kind of collect himself, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of like, did you get your tracking in?
Oh,
I think he took the damage. I think he might die. Oh no, that was nice.
If you die through the doorway there, you get the health refill though, right?
I would think so.
You just get to save and quit to front of Castle Tower.
As long as it,
or save and continue, rather.
Yeah, as long as it's a dungeon or somewhere that allows you to save and quit to the front of it. Because I've done that where you kind of get hit as you go in, and then it's like a cave, and you're just dead.
Yeah,
like, oh, that sucks.
The runner's still on pretty low health. Ninjembro on 3, Ramond also on 3. So the Seed not making it easy on him. And Death Mountain is one of those areas. I mean, the name doesn't suggest otherwise, but you can take a lot of damage in a hurry here with all the boulders and whatnot that are mostly just RNG. So you can do some reading of the patterns, but sometimes the pattern just sucks.
Yeah. Mini Moldorm Cave here, another big cave entrance for Ninjembro. It's paying out big with the hammer.
Wow. Yeah. So Ninjembro so far down that lamp, but Ramon's tracker is comparatively very empty.
Yes. I mean,
he just hasn't been finding the entrances.
Yeah, this has worked out really well for Ninjembro getting that mirror when he did coming out of Kakariko with Super Bunny, which led him to kind of to Paradox Cave with the flippers.
Yeah, so for pseudo boots cross keys, I would say, oh, nice jump. That mirror objectively the most powerful single item.
Yep.
Especially just in terms of like routing efficiencies.
Yeah, it's so awesome to have early.
Yeah, flute often helps a good bit, but with the faster ability to dash around in pseudo boots, it's slightly less impactful than it would normally be. Mm-hmm. And we're in some sort of dark cave. I don't know, but Ramon looks to be headed over to the Ice Ride Cave area, so may find his Paradox Cave.
Yep. And that's how he got up to the mountain, right?
Mountain was from eastern area, right through east. Death Mountain was from.
But the West Death Mountain, when he came out from the Old Man.
Oh yeah.
That was Paradox, right? Yeah.
Yep, that was a Paradox exit. Yeah. And boots on the Old Man.
Nice.
And a heart from somewhere. Yeah, sorry, I just misinterpreted what you'd said.
Yeah. So that's actually really big. I know they already have pseudo boots, but man, Ramon really trying to navigate this mini Moldorm.
He has 4 bombs to work with. He's doing some really good buffering here. It looks like he'll get through okay. He was also doing some great like jump in the water to get iframes to get around the crab's play. Just playing really, really smart, because he doesn't have that one weapon that Njembro does have in the Cane of Samaria.
Yep.
And looks like he's probably going to buy at least some bombs, maybe also this heart.
Well, there's 2 hearts in the next cave, so he doesn't have.
Yeah. He only has the 3, not the generous 4 yet that Njembro's on.
Right.
Approaching full beef on the Njembro side.
I mean, the mini Moldorm room is tough without with only bombs and no like sword or anything to like, knock them away, just because they're so crazy.
Yeah, I usually just like hope for them to group over on the one side and then, you know, toss a bomb down off the ledge and hope. Njembro, via bunny walking, has found himself somewhere. Finds boots, promptly bunny walks. Nice play, dude. Not that the boots are all that impactful for movement in this.
Yeah.
He is going to turn this Desert Palace small key from front of Hyrule Castle in.
Yeah, this could be big.
I didn't catch it. Did Ramond do the front of the castle or just Dark Cross?
He just did Dark Cross.
Okay, so
right, that's the big one. That could be important. It's hard to say.
What's that?
He just found Ether.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be the big one there. And Ramon's got to be careful here with just 1 heart. Look at Njembro with his 5 hearts.
Yeah, handicapping us for being 3 games down. And he can get this map. Remembering he can actually bonk stuff now.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if he actually tried it without the real boots, because I've seen that happen a couple different times. I forget that they don't have the actual boots.
Yeah, after a while with pseudo boots, I like conditioned my brain into just thinking that the bonk things never work. And Ramonda's gonna nope out on Smoldorm Cave with 7 bombs, 2 hearts for now.
Yeah, that's rough, because that's where his hammer is, right?
Yeah, I think it was on the NPC.
Okay, so he's gonna do the fairy.
I expect him to go back for a 5-item cave.
Yeah, I can't imagine him leaving that.
Njembro is just finding a labyrinth of connectors here.
Did he just come out of there? Why did he not check the bonk rocks?
He came out of the bonk rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he connected there from the
desert,
fortune teller north of Kakariko, which he had mirrored into from coming out of the Dark World equivalent.
I see. Okay.
From Mountain, I think. I don't know. It's all entrance spaghetti to me at this point, dude.
It really is. It's so hard to get it all.
Okay, looks like Ramond is going to be hopefully in good shape here. I was going to say if that Moldorm will be compliant. Has a proper weapon now.
So still on the hunt for the Moon Pearl. I wouldn't be surprised to see it locked behind the mirror, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a ton of Dark World connectors yet, I don't think. Maybe a couple.
Yeah, we've got the bonk entrance by Lynx as well that has recently been sort of introduced logically because of the lamp being available. Njembro looks like he's poised to get his lamp here in a second. Also going to refill his generous 5 hearts here, probably.
Right. Yeah, and if he didn't have bombs, it would be a good spot to grab those as well.
Yeah, Ramon's going to pick up his boots. And he's not refilling. He's saying, I'm good on 4.
Yeah.
Flaunting what he's got.
Who needs 5? All right, so Ramon joining the five heart club now, though.
Yeah, Njembro absolutely needs 5. You saw him get bullied by that crap earlier. Right. 5 is an important number if you're Njembro.
Njembro checked this, right? He checked Aga. Did he go?
No, I don't think he did.
Okay,
he didn't have the lamp. He didn't have a good weapon.
Okay.
I don't even know if he had the castle tower small. Where'd that castle tower small come
He's got it
from?
marked on his tracker. I think it was Paradox had it, I think.
Okay. So yeah, he apparently death warped and left. Our tracker knows better than either of us. It impresses the hell out of me how trackers like keep track of everything in this. I don't know, especially when I'm commentating, trying to talk about what's going on.
Right.
I get so lost in these.
Right. Try to watch both and talk, and then try to track it is also pretty tough. All right, so there's the Ganon.
There was Ganon.
Yep.
Yeah, we both found him at the same time. Only 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Ramon ended up here on the desert ledge, but this seems good. Seems like a good place to be.
Paradox lower.
Oh, okay, it was the paradox that we didn't see. And we're gonna get these bonk rocks by Lynx, and this is good for Ninjember. He can mirror into upper castle. Yeah,
oh, right.
Just get walking.
So Ramon really needs to get to Super Bunny, but I still think he's got some more stuff to do.
Yeah, he hasn't been over to Eastern area yet.
He did. He didn't do Super Bunny, so I think he might go do that. Because he did the Eastern area and to get to the
Super Bunny's in Kakariko.
Not Super Bunny, Spiral Cave.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Ramon, yeah, get that heart, and yeah, not the riches of a 6th heart container in first chest swamp.
So yeah, I think he might go do Spiral Cave here, which is at Eastern. There's the second Castle Tower small key.
Is that the second one? Oh yeah. I don't think Ramon has seen Agina.
So was there anything at Lumberjack? I don't think so, right? He's taking advantage of those the flippers now and doing those flipper checks.
That makes sense.
Oh,
okay. Lumberjack was useless fairy.
Okay, so just having the keys just because you don't need them. That's when you get stuff in this game.
That's how Castle Tower smalls show up in entrance.
Right, just like the ice rod when Toad Rock's a pendant that you don't need to declare. Find it super early because who cares?
Sometimes the sea just puts stuff in places. Oh, and
that's an interesting spot.
How did we find Turtle Rock Bridge?
That's front of Old Man.
Okay, that's actually a really convenient spot. And ooh, yeah, this is a nice little 2-item cave. And we'll see what's behind the flippers here. We've got the waterfall entrance and 2 items. And Dark Connector. I
think that's the Dark Descent.
Yep.
Dark Death Mountain Descent. Saha.
I would not be surprised to see the Zora's Domain and then come back to chase that connector. I'm trying to figure out, why did the game give me these flippers?
Right. Totally.
It wasn't Swamp. It wasn't the Hobo. It wasn't the Hylia entrance.
A little Super Bunny action there from Ninjembro.
Nice. 2 for 2. And Ramon getting the best heart upgrade here.
Yeah. Who needs 5 when you can have 10? Bombos and the Ice Palace key, all right.
That's not a great combination of items for that Ice Palace we know about.
Oh, there's the Hyrule Castle small.
Okay, that was the Zora Ledge one?
Yeah, so that actually puts the rest of Hyrule Castle into logic, so
yeah,
might see Ramon go do the rest of that now. We found Turtle Rock left, and just like you're saying, here's Ramon going to take that connector after finishing Zora.
What is this?
Why did he go to
firing squad strat from Ninjembro? I'm gonna have team meeting, dude.
That one I did. I don't know if I've seen anyone go left there. Usually just head right, and it's pretty safe. But it worked out.
Yeah, Ninjembro has approaches and not strats, I would say.
Right,
and I'm sure this is an approach that he has tried before.
Yeah. He's got 3 keys. Oh, I don't think
why would mirror, dude? Oh, now he's going to the right.
I think he was going. I mean, I think that was an accidental mirror more than anything.
Yeah.
He's got 3 keys, so he doesn't even need to kill the.
The Hoku Boku or Pokey or whatever. Yeah.
We did get Green Pendant Desert. We have that information. Let's see where Ramon wants to go from here. Because I wouldn't waste time trying to kill the Pokey with a hammer.
What? Why, dude? Why? Just bomb those things. If you...
use one of your 3 keys, right?
This is so cursed.
Yeah, this does not feel good. Right, so Ramon is into Meyer, which we see as a crystal there. Gets it done, though, like a pro.
Yeah, we only have 3 Turtle Rock Smalls. Can't spend one of those. Right. Jesus.
It's up to 6 hearts now, though.
He's trying to give everything back. He's like, I got a lead.
Right.
What could I could go die to Chomps. That's what I could do. I've run that trick before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nicely done. He's got it. And the fire rod, huge. It just feels like he's making all the right plays.
Yeah.
I guess maybe this is why he wanted the key, so that he could go to the front here. I mean, he still wouldn't necessarily need it, but now he could do all 3 checks and check the front, so 10 bombs in the Meyer spot, the main hub.
Yeah, I am just like in Clench City here, sorry.
With the 1.5 hearts.
Yeah, everything in any of these rooms pretty much, except for the blue berries, is gonna just murder my guy here. He's gonna end up in a bad spot.
Speaking of rods, there's the ice rod in Meyer.
Yeah, that's a nice find as well.
And look at that, correctly going the right way.
Hardest trick in the game, remembering he does not have the hook shot here. Unironically, a skilled play. And Desert Big.
Desert Big. All right.
This early buyer is looking pretty nice.
Here's the kind of things that Ramon does that you might not see other players do. Is he really likes to stay in logic, and he skipped out on the left side of Meyer, which is locked by 3 Meyer Smalls. So I think most runners would just full clear Meyer when they're there, but
I 100% am clearing Meyer there, but Ramon is a much better entrance player than me. I guess it also somehow depends on where the Meyer entrance is. Like, what's the opportunity cost of skipping and going back?
Yeah, it's pretty convenient to get back there, I think. So.
Yeah, so I can see the skip there. Also, the fireside checks are kind of gross and slow anyway. See where the front of Turtle Rock spits us out. Well, big entrance. Yeah.
I mean, what's up here? We don't know, right? Yeah, it's a big.
Okay. Yeah, big. But only for Hera. Well, so we got a fetch quest.
We've seen Hera.
Yeah, and we don't have the hook shot yet, so this could very easily be like part of the Moon Pearl puzzle here.
Sure. Yeah, we're 32 minutes in, still in the Moon Pearl. And Ramon's still without that mirror, so missing out on a lot of checks.
Oh, we're just straight up dropping.
Oh, the back. There's, man, that's our Moon Pearl right there, I bet. We got small key, big key, mirror to get to the back of Desert. I'm telling you. That just feels spicy, especially as green pendant as well. When you start to see all of the pieces come together, obviously they can't because they're going in different directions. But with us, we're able to see all of it, and it feels like, oh, that could be pretty big.
Yeah, I was already kind of suspicious of even just like Desert Big Chest with that key showing up where it did. We still have 0 swords, by the way.
That's right.
I think that is worth highlighting. It,
Yeah.
34 minutes.
Front of desert. Not sure which connector that was.
Yeah, I don't know how we ended up there. We're up on the mountain, then we're in desert and entrance mode. But looks like Ninjembro is headed over to Hylia Lake here. Wonder what he's got.
It's the back of Old Man.
Okay.
Okay.
He's going to get his flippers checks out of the way. This makes a lot of sense. I don't think there's much good density for him. And Rahman just wants this mirror so bad.
This is really rough. Finding all these great mirror locations that he can't do. He doesn't have that mirror.
I still have, utmost faith in Rahman, though.
Yeah, he's
pretty darn good at entrance.
Yeah, he's still early. But I mean, Ninjembro's been rounding the crap out of the seed so far.
Yeah, so far the seed's been lining up well for him. And Ninjembro is also a fantastic player. I mean, he's had to carry my dead weight through League for 2 seasons and hasn't flinched. So
you say dead weight, but did you guys win last season, the Open?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he went something like 10-0 in solo modes and still hasn't dropped one this year either. So he's like on like a 15-0 run or something. So it's pretty easy to win when that stuff happens. And Ramond, I couldn't tell if that was. I don't think that was a death warp position.
It was not a death warp. He kind of got trapped between the pokey and the laser and took a death there. I was wondering if he might just leave. He's not. So it's good for Ramon because this will get him to that fire rod.
Yeah.
But that is costly.
Yeah, it's just little nickel and dime type things that can add up and make the difference. Because as much as cross keys often is decided by who finds the item, who finds the bad item first. In this case, it might be the Moon Pearl. It's often just like this nickel and diming of these 10, 15-second losses that just accrue.
Yep. So who's going to be the first to get to the back of desert, you think? It really feels like killing Landmo is going to be the play here.
Yeah, they're each missing a piece of the puzzle, really. Ninjembro missing his Desert Big Key from Meyer and Ramond, missing the mirror to get there. But I don't know. I'm definitely interested. I think you're onto something though with it. It smells funny, that back of desert.
Yeah, it sure does. Just with everything that we found, having access to the mirror, having access to both Desert Small and the Desert Big, all in logic. It takes pieces of the puzzle to put it all together with getting the boots from Old Man, with the logical access to desert, the logical access to rescue the old man with the lamp. It just feels like something's going to happen sooner rather than later. I could be wrong. Landmo could just be nothing, but it really does feel like we're going to get something there. All right, so Ramon is going to check out the witch's set as Ninjembro going to finish up Kakariko because he's been kind of following connectors a bit, and it's paid off. It's really worked out with the amount of items that he's found, but it means he's got to go back and do some more checks on things that Ramon's already checked. Ramon really needs to get the Super Bunny, which I believe was in Kakariko. That's where his mirror and his Samaria is, and I feel like this might be the play. Laser bridge. I don't think there was anything here. Oh, Mimic Cave. Okay. This is new. I believe. I don't think. We're actually gonna be able to get Crystal Roller. That's it. In this on the boot is one logical check. There, but remember. Book. See, what does the book do for us here? Absolutely nothing. We have no master sword, so we can't get any of the tablets. Oh, super! Or there's some more checks that are available to Nintendo that Ramon doesn't have. There's going to be mirror in the Mire area. Sooner rather than later, Ramon's going to get that mirror though, so he's going to have some backtracking to do. And this is the mirror in Mario. He knows there's some mirror spots in the locations that are going to be pretty big. Top of bumper, the Mire area. So he did check the desert stuff already, so probably not going back to Mire right away. Still on the hunt for that moon pearl though. We saw Ninjembro come out of the front of desert. So the only other desert check that we can have is, or that we can do with the mirror, is the back desert, which is normally locked by the rocks. But you can mirror there from the Mire area, no problem. All right, mirror and Samari in hand for Ramon now. We do have the Hera big that Ninjembro got from single dip for Hera and dip in the basement. No one wants to do the basement. A couple of different ways to set up the Hera bomb here. Usually requires a sword if you're going to do the spin version, but it looks like Jembro's not going to do that without the sword. I do like to drop the bomb over the old energy strat, but not doing that. So just going to take the safe way. Nothing out of it. We'll get the first crystal of Jembro out of the mold one. Alright, where is Ramon off to? I just want to pick one of those connectors that leads him into the dark world. Hold on, could have our moon pearl? Is this the answer? Is it a French vanilla moon pearl? It's not a moon pearl, but it is a big key to Turtle Rock, which... No big key. They do have 3 small keys. The Samaria, Ice Rod, and Fire Rod. Interesting. So, Ninjembro just got the big key, so we might have to kill Trinex?
Yeah, it seems like the seed's headed that way. I hope it doesn't happen that way.
What?
We got the Mire Ice Rod. We got the Fire Rod from front of Turtle Rock.
Samaria.
Big key, Samaria. Yeah.
Yeah. It's they have. It's not too bad. Like it's not real different than if they had Fighter Sword.
Yeah, but we got 3 small keys already. I mean, it's smelling bad.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, they have the hammer, so it's not as bad when you have when you've got the hammer. Because you're not going to use, if you have Fire Sword, Master Sword, you're still just going to use the hammer on him. So.
Oh yeah, I mean,
half
magic, like it's. I think he's now got like 9 hearts, blue mail.
Okay, so there's that ether. Where was ether? Oh, that was Desert Right. Never mind.
Yeah,
so,
Desert Small Key was ether.
Yeah, Ramon ended up getting that because, or the Desert Small, because he did get the Hyrule Castle Small Key from the ledge there. Waterfall. Out of logic hook shot. There you go.
Out of logic hook shot.
I mean,
we just came through. We came through Hookshot Cave, so
yeah.
Oh, and he is going to get his back in desert here. Good.
Things are just going in Jembro's way this season.
Yeah. Ramon did finally pick up his mirror and cane, though.
He did, yeah.
So that's gonna help to sort of tighten the gap back up here. And like cross keys is always so awkward to call any sort of true lead.
It really is. It's easy to say like this person has stuff early, so it feels like they're in the lead, but you just never know if sometimes finding something early actually hurts you, right? Because it leads you somewhere else that you weren't supposed to go to until you get to X or whatever. So yeah, you can definitely go back and forth. But
yeah, I know there was one of the co-op reference practices Barnage and I did, where it was like I got super punished because I found the Moon Pearl in the midst, and it was just like okay, felt good about it at the time, but.
Totally. Yeah, I remember in my cross keys match in the cross keys tournament, I was playing against GGW and I got a mirror out of Eastern like super early, and it was like that felt so good, and it turned out not one thing was locked by the mirror, so I ended up just doing a ton of extra checks, and it's just like you never know.
That's
never know.
Exceptionally gross, but that's just how this mode can work.
Yeah. All right, so I think we might get that desert answer sooner rather than later here with Ramond up here having the desert big.
Yeah, Ninjembro I think still hasn't found Meyer.
It feels like it's somewhere early in the light world. Maybe he's found it, he just hasn't done it because of the boots and stuff. But he might go do it here.
Yeah, I don't remember where Meyer even was, so... I say remember like I caught it the first time, but I did not.
Right.
Giving myself too much credit there. But where are we headed? We're headed to Kakariko, and
I think this is Hookshot Cave, the front of Hookshot Cave.
Upgrade ferry here at Tower of Hera.
Only 68 rupees.
Okay, yeah, so using the out of logic hookshot. Hookshot is behind Moon Pearl?
Moon Pearl, yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to get our Pearl here. Maybe we'll get some intel on where the Pearl isn't. Come on, Turtle Rock small number 4, right?
Yeah. Eastern Big's nice.
Okay, well. That's one more thing it can't be. And yeah, we are getting back a desert here. Ramon finding this series of things in the objectively better order.
Well, yeah, and this is kind of how Ramon does so well in cross keys, is he really sticks to the logic, and a lot of times it pays off. There's times where you break logic. Okay, so Witch's Hut over next to Link's house looks like that's where Meyer is. But sticking to logic allows him to get like the actual progression train going. I can't do it. the way his brain works, it really makes sense for him, and it works really well. But I'm like Ninjembro, where I'm like Super Bunny and everything. I'm trying to get as much out of logic as I can because I don't want to come back.
Yeah, I think for me it varies day by day. I don't want to get super punished by like not doing an out of logic thing that's really slow to get back to potentially.
Yep. Yeah, I feel the same way as you. Just a small key.
I was gonna say to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. We did get the green pendant, and Saha is. I think the Saha turn-in is in logic, even though it's in the dark world.
Is it in the dark world? Oh yeah, because it was the.
It's on the bridge.
That's so bad to get back to, though.
No, it's the old man save and quit, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I kept thinking it was going through Turtle Rock to front for the bridge. Okay,
I think it's the old man save and quit.
Yeah, that's a lot better. And that's where we're going. Okay.
So the first left side check on Meyer was nothing, and we'll see if this vanilla big key is something for Ninjembro. This could be pretty big.
Yeah, we'll just wait with bated breath for 17 seconds while the screen just shakes. It's the most exciting cutscene.
But we do need to update their scores because both these teams are not 0-0. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Oh, he's not. Oh, the bow.
Oh, wow.
That's big. Did he not turn it in? Oh, he's trying to Super Bunny. I see.
Okay.
Please turn it in, though.
I was going to say, we can get Super Bunny state again from talking to him, though. So this
actually... There it is. You called it.
Oh, my God. And that was a really good use of the Super Bunny to save the transition by knowing he'd get the state back from talking to Saha.
Oh, boy. It's going to be Turtle Rock, man. It's just this logic, this chain of progression is just crazy. To do Desert, to do Turtle Rock, to probably get the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I would bet that is exactly where we're headed. Like, we have everything. So it feels like Ramond is sort of back in the driver's seat here. Just in terms of, like, he has what feels like the important things.
Yeah. Gonna finish off Hera. This will get him that Turtle Rock big key, and then I imagine he goes and kills Trinex. I don't think Ninjembro's that far behind, though, in that sense. He does have to go back to Desert, which I think might be the biggest part. But actually, he doesn't actually have to go back to Desert, right? That's just the fourth TR small, which he doesn't technically need, right? Wow, did you see the way that Ramon did that? He did the hammer dash and used that to prevent him from falling, and then did a dash turn. That was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that. So actually, Ninjembro might be the first to try an X. All right, so there's, yeah, here it is. Here's the Trinex play. So we might actually see both of our runners make this play here. I think Ramon saw, I don't know if Ninjembro did, but Ramon saw the big chest. But that was in the dark world. Here it is. Through it all, both of our runners ready to face off against Trinex. This has got to be our Moon Pearl, or something that leads us to the Moon Pearl. Firehead down. This should be it. Yep, nice head down. All right, chat. What's it gonna be? Glove. See glove in chat. It's the Moon Pearl. Quite the silly logic to get to that Moon Pearl. It is a crystal though. That's crystal number 2. All right, so now let's do some things in the Dark World. So Ninjembra's actually had a pretty big advantage having that hook shot. We might see Ramon head that way now since he can do the Mire area. The Moon Pearl was on Trinex. All right, here's a fully clearable Eastern for Ninjembro since he got the bow from the left side of Mire that Ramon ended up not doing. And I don't know where the Eastern Palace Big was. So this is a dip. Unless the bow is here. No, because he doesn't have the Eastern Palace Big. Where was that? Wasn't that the back of Saha? If it's the back of Saha, then I think he got it. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Oh, it was Hookshot Cave. Thanks, Scoople. That's right. That's right. So Eastern is very out of logic as far as the bow and well, the hookshot's not. Never mind.
Yeah, hookshot's back in logic.
Hookshot and Eastern Palace Big. The bow's still not in logic with the Mire key layout, but Ninjembro doesn't care about that. Who cares about
Ninjembro absolutely does not care about that.
So this is actually going to be pretty big for Ninjembro. I guess the only thing would be is if this is a pendant, right? Like,
yeah,
if it's a pendant that leads to nothing, then I guess killing Armos would be a waste of time. But at this point, it's probably a crystal.
Yeah, it's favored to be a crystal, which stands to save what 90 to 120 seconds or so from coming back. Closer to 90 because Ramon's not going to do the back. He's just going to loop around, get his big chest, and be done. Unless there's a bow here, in which case Ninjembro's not going to save all that much time.
Well, he still needs the big key. He doesn't have the big key, so even if there was a bow.
Oh, I thought Ramon had I thought they both had the Eastern big key.
No, Eastern was in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking it was the bonk chest in Hookshot Cave because I am smooth brain and I've been watching this for 57 minutes now and have promptly forgotten where all the items are.
Yeah.
It's so much easier when you're playing it to keep track of it. Weirdly. But yeah, if this is like a glove or something, that's gonna be big for Ninja. These gamers still have no swords.
Yeah, we're almost an hour in. I was really hoping for this to be one of those quick Sudaboot scenes, but with where the Moon Pearl is, this isn't anytime soon.
Yeah, give these gamers a sword, man. Like, help them out. Yeah, Ninjembro needs a sword to help with this Armos Knights fight. I don't know why, but he needs help. Someone send help.
All right, it is a crystal, so Ramon will have to come back here.
All right, we are getting this this mirror check here from Ramon. This was one I was curious about, and it's garbage. Okay, Thieves is a red pendant. Okay, so we have Pendant Thieves and Pendant Desert.
So Turtle Rock is fully cleared out on Ramon's side. Dunzo.
Yep. And mostly cleared out on Jembro's side. I think he just has the big chest left. Because I know he went through to Crystal Roller.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Even though we've seen it like 4 times and quite literally just saw it, I don't know where that big chest entry is for Turtle Rock East, but I don't think it was that bad. And
yeah, it's by Dark Lumberjack.
Okay, and this was at Dark Sanctuary?
Dark Sank, yep.
Yeah. Finding Ganon's tower. There's plenty to do here.
Oh, right. Since we have Fire Rod.
Samaria.
Yep.
Yeah, Ninjembro with the hook shot. Ramon with the boots. It does... I mean, Ramon apparently doesn't ever break logic ever.
It seems like it. He'll do it, but it's only if it's like to get a whole bunch of items. He won't break logic for like 2 items. But
is he?
I don't think he's a hover, but I think he can bomb jump.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you could bomb jump the Stalfos room. I don't know if he hovers. You'd know better than I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't hover, but
Ninjembro also does not.
The old single rupee, love it. Wait forever for the stupid tiles. You get a single rupee, but you got to do that check. It's so often in cross keys you find stuff there.
Yep. And Ninjembro gonna get his fairy in a bottle and give back the time of Castle Tower.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think we've seen Sick Kid yet.
Yeah, I don't think we found that entrance. Either that or it was on a screen I was not watching at the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we saw it, wasn't on. I don't think it was on Ramon's side. So
okay,
just our second pod small.
Oh, and Ramon's gonna mirror out rather than continue through, so he's gonna play from the left side. This makes a lot of sense.
The Thieves Town small. He's not going more. Okay. I mean.
Okay.
Sticking to logic. Well, I wasn't lying when he says he likes to stick to logic.
Yeah, there's a lot of bonk stuff available over on the left side. They're like Rando Room is there in logic.
No, Rando Room is not in logic.
No?
No, because you have to bomb jump over. That's
you can bonk the whole way.
No, not to Rando Room.
Or oh yeah. Never mind. Yeah, you do have to do that last bomb jump.
Yeah, you can get to.
You can get the double fire bar.
Yep. Double fire bar is Yeah, I've actually seen hookshot there a couple times in races I've done.
I have not had hookshot there quite yet, but that's a good spot. Yeah, so giving up on what, 1 in logic check on left side, I don't hate that. That's a slow 1 check.
Yeah.
And it'll work out for Ramon long term because he will be able to come back through with the hook shot.
With the hook shot, yeah. So no swamp or Skullwood's big, but can do everything else in Skullwoods, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. No sword and no Skullwood's big, so assuming we find the back, we can get 6 chests. And Ninjembro also finding his Ganon's tower. Not that there was all that much left to do.
We're going to see him do a lot more. The bow, hook shot. This means he's going to clear all of the basement out.
Yeah, he's going to be here for a few minutes.
Yep. And the way things are running, it just feels like all our progression's going to be right there for Ninjembro. It just feels like he's running really hot today. It's working out really well. Yeah,
he's having a run that's breaking the way that he needs it to in order to like have a good shot against a player like Ramon.
Yeah.
I mean, Ninjembro won't be offended if I say that Ramon is advantaged in this matchup, just because he's such a strong entrance player.
Right. I feel like there's very few people you'd give the edge to in cross keys over Ramon. That's just what it is.
I can't think of anyone who would be a clear argument for better. Yeah. You could throw out any name and someone would say, well, I'd take Ramon. And like, you can't be like, well, you're wrong because you're not.
Right.
That said, I mean, rando be rando, and
Totally.
anyone on any given seed.
Yep, for sure. Especially when they're good. I mean, Ninjembo's a really good, strong, good runner. So
absolutely, I think he's someone who a lot of people didn't appreciate how good he actually is.
Right.
For a long time, just because he hasn't been doing a lot of tournaments and stuff. But I mean, like I said, he's like 14-0 or something in solo races since coming back, or since last season in League, which is
so impressive.
That's a hell of a run.
All right, I'm excited to see the stuff here in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, this will be potentially big, although we're getting the back of Skullwood's entrance is also a big check. Just compass in a 1-item cave. Mushroom to go with that shovel.
Right.
Excellent. I think we're getting a sword over here on the left side.
Oh, that would be big. Nothing on the pedestal.
Like, maybe not even a super consequential sword, but like, I'd feel good enough pulling a sword.
I mean, it feels like, come on, the sword's got to be somewhere, right?
There are 4 of them that were placed. God knows where they are, but they're out there, dude. As Ramon lifts more bushes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, throw these guys a bone. They've been playing for 65 minutes now. Yeah. Pod small? We haven't found pod yet, right?
I don't think so.
It's probably behind a glove.
Probably.
I think we're getting a sword or a glove real soon, though. There's only like 80 spots left in the game. We're on a 6-outer. Like, any given chest is like an 8% hit at this point. I'm not making ambitious calls. I'm just playing the odds.
There's the Hera Smalls. We can finish that off if we want. There's Swamp.
Oh, that's big money right there. That is another 9 checks that Ninjembro just, or no, 10 because he has the big key. That Ninjembro just got access to in Swamp. Yep. We've seen the dam, or we haven't?
We have.
Yeah, we have, yeah, because
both runners went into the front of Skullwoods to do the 1 check. Yep.
Yes. And I knew we'd seen the dam because I watched Ramon do that check.
Yeah. It feels like ages ago.
Yeah. In actuality, only about 20 minutes.
I know. Do we know what's at the pyramid? It's Cackwell, right?
Oh, God.
We've seen Cackwell.
I think that's the missing one, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if this Armos Knights goes better with reduced friction. So far, so good, yeah. Never looking like he's going to redeem himself on the Armos Knights. Yeah, really good fight. Ramon really wishing there's a sword available.
I know, this is terrible. Wow, that left side really was Swamp Small.
Swamp Small, man.
I mean, it's a big find, but
yeah.
I was expecting, like you said, a sword, a glove, something.
Yeah, fireworks.
Yeah, give us something. Did you find the 4th GT small there on Ramon's? Yeah. Under the Skullwood Bridge?
Yeah, if I'm Ninjembro and I just did left side GT behind all these things that gave me a Swamp Small key.
It's like almost rush it.
I'm going to Swamp as fast as I reasonably can. Like, yes, do the things that are on your route, but if he does not find himself over in Swamp very, very soon, I would be
he's
just confused.
He's got to kind of route all of the Dark World still, because, you know, they just got that Moon Pro access. So all the VOO stuff, all the stuff, it's kind of got to circle around. And so I honestly don't expect him to be there anytime soon.
Yeah, but like you've got the mirror, you can save your mirror portal. Where was Swamp?
It's the entrance over to Eastern area.
Entrance to Eastern area. Yeah, I mean, you can't do Catfish. I would just flip her over to pod area after this and just do it.
do it.
You don't have a glove. You don't have a sword. I don't know. These guys are better than I am at this.
Right? There's maybe all of the swords are in swamp.
I mean, at this point, like, if you start working out the conditional probabilities here, like, I feel like it's better than a coin flip that just, on average, there is a sword in swamp.
There's a lot of digs, by the way.
Yeah, nice heart piece.
All right, Turtle Rock now fully cleared for
everybody. Not going back to Turtle Rock. Ninjembro getting around ever finding that fourth small key.
Yeah, that's a time save.
Yeah, we'll see if
doesn't kill Landmo. He's good.
Okay, we're getting in front of Skull. We know this is not going to give him a sword or a glove. And Ramon carving back through a lot of the stuff that Ninjembro sort of had as a lead early from the mirror checks.
He's still missing 2 big items, and that's the bow and the hook shot, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, the shovel does lead to a big key. Oh, the skull wood.
Great.
I know. It's like,
awesome. I want to go back and check that.
I know. Because it's literally the only check in Skullwoods both of them are going to have is that.
Yeah. That and whatever's on Moth.
Right, but the back of Skullwoods isn't in the back of Skullwoods today, so.
Yeah. We're getting 6 of 8, and then we're going to get that one fetch quest piece.
Right.
Is there anything to couple that? Ooh, we got Blind's Hut. I don't think we've seen this one yet.
No, this is new.
How many swords plus gloves?
1 sword.
0 to 6. Okay, 1.
It's looking less likely.
Anyone want to bet the over? I'll put the line at 1.5. All right, the ship has sailed. It's looking grim.
Oh, a shield. Just
we found a progressive shield. That was not the progressive item we wanted, game. Thanks. All right, so yeah, that Blind's Hut. It had a small key of some sort. I think it was just a pod.
It was pod. Yep.
Yeah. Which is good if we found pod. I think it might be our second or third pod small.
Yeah, that was the Ramon's third, so it'll be Ninjembro's third when he finds it as well.
Yeah, which I'm always happy to just like accrue pod smalls until I find pod.
Yep.
And oh, we got something here too.
Another pod. Yep.
Yeah, wow, 4.
4, yeah.
So we can pretty much clear that dungeon out now.
Once we find the bow.
Yeah.
On Ramon's side. I mean, there's another bow out there somewhere, but... Oh, that's his 5th. Okay. According to Sinhei, who's doing the tracking for us. Again, shout out to Sinhei.
From chat, it sounds like Sinhei and Ramon tag team on that tracking.
Yeah.
Checking the personal tracker, having the runner streams up when they run trackers is good.
Yeah.
Helps a lot.
Sick kid at Hype Cave, just a heart container.
Yeah, so we hadn't seen him, but...
So they actually don't have to do the pod entrance, right? That's Super Bunny. So we know that when you do pod, you only do the 3 entrances there. Oh.
Yeah.
Pendant pod. There's our 3rd pendant.
Oh. Well, we're going to be here for a couple minutes, and I don't think Ninjembro's going to dodge this.
No, you can't dodge. This is too many checks, especially with all the keys.
Yeah.
So Ramon can actually do all of it but the big chest and...
You see what we just found?
What was it?
It's a sword. Look at what Ramon got. Oh,
nice.
Only took us 73 minutes, guys.
Is there any other swords in here, you think?
You know?
I mean, we saw all of the basement of GT, right?
That's we saw all of GT basement. The only other dense item locations are like ice and swamp.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of it, right?
Yeah.
So, and Pod's got more stuff than either of them. So I think there's another sword in here.
So Ramon not immediately doing the bow side.
And Ninjembro is also working his way through the world and is going to find his way down there.
This just makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
Just route it all in, and he can end his route at Swamp Palace.
Yeah. Although Ninjembro with that bow and that big key probably is killing Helma.
Yeah. Yeah. Does he have the big key?
I thought we had. Oh no big key, no big key. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Not having a bow has never stopped someone from doing the bow side of pod, by the way.
Yeah, there's like 5 different ways to get over there. Yeah. It's the least secure bow location of all time.
Yeah.
We just keep finding new ways over into the right side of pod. That said, we'll see if Ramon does it or not. Logic may be the only thing stopping him.
Right. Wow, he's not even hammer jumping, just using all of his keys.
I don't know that I can endorse that. A lot of respect for Ramon, but I don't know, dude.
I don't fully understand it, but hey, it just means he's not forced. He's not forcing himself to kill Helma on accident.
Yep.
Yeah, so he is going to do the both sides. I think he was just trying to check to see if maybe the bow shows up in the back and then do it together. It really is something to watch Ramon do cross keys, because he makes plays that you don't necessarily think would work out, and a lot of times they work out, or they kind of go against, like, well, I just want to clear everything, right? Like, I don't know. It's really interesting. And it's hard to play like Ramon plays.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched enough of his play to really have a great sense. Like, if I'm racing against Ramon, A, I'm probably just dead. But B, like, I don't know how I would expect him to route.
He does the age of cross keys, so he just plays a ton of cross keys. So he's got so much knowledge, so much information, and he keeps it all like logged. And it's impressive. It really is impressive.
Yeah, Ninjembro learning about Pendant Pod without having found Pod. Still, though, getting pretty good consolidated routing.
Yep.
Still no gloves, still no sword on Ninjembro's side.
Right. So nothing on any of the tablets. That book was trash, as most times it is.
Yeah, book is the worst item in cross keys. If mirror is the best item, book is the worst.
Yeah, just reading is awful, everyone. That's the moral of the story.
I won't go that far, but at the same time, I didn't play this game to read, okay?
All right, so Ninjembro will be getting his sword here shortly. I think Ramon's going to go get his hook shot now. Yeah, because this leads to the mire area, which was where the hook shot is. Where do you think the other bow is? I think we're going to see, actually, oh, Ninjembro skipped out on the swamp play? Like the actual swamp location? Because that's where Pod was, where his sword is. So he's going right into swamp.
Yeah, actually, I like this from Ninjembro. Like, you can route back over to it, and you know you have, like, clearable swamp here. So I actually can get behind this. You know, you're skipping one entrance to just grab a ton of stuff that you know is here.
Yeah. Oh, there's another sword.
A different sword.
Always a sword in the swamp.
So the swamp small was left side GT.
Yep. Which Ramon hasn't done because he just got the hook shot.
Yeah. I think we're still finding a glove here in swamp.
Yeah, that's safe to say. So Misery Mire big key. The chat saying, or Sinhei saying we need a Misery Mire big key from Go and a glove. We've seen Ice Palace. We need a glove to clear it.
Yeah.
That's something they haven't done.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We've seen the Back of Skull Woods, which is completable now that they both have a sword. Yeah, Misery Mire big key and the glove for Ice Palace is what we need. And then sword. Oh, I guess we've seen 2 swords. So.
Yeah, I had a Power Glove Go mode for Ice Palace cross keys last night on ladder, and I was thinking at the time, oh, that's a little bit of a novelty. Like, you don't see that every day, and then here we are. Ramon gets his Eastern big key, and now just needs his bow.
Yeah, I still think Ninjembro's in the best spot here.
Yeah, he just has items that are kind of scattered. That Ramon, like, it's not hard for him to get back to any one of them, but they're just in a bunch of different spots that he does have to get back to.
I just don't know when he gets that bow.
Yeah, that was right side Meyer behind 3 Meyer smalls. So, like, or left side Meyer, sorry. He's not really going to be looking to go back there, especially without the big key. That said, we don't know that it really goes anywhere.
Right. We don't know where the other bow is. It might just be here in Swamp for all we know.
Also true, the other bow could just be out here in the wild, very, very available for our runners.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out soon enough if it's in Swamp.
Have we seen the Castle Tower entrance back at the front that's locked by the...
We've not seen the cape-locked entrance, no. But what entrances do we even need?
Yeah, I'm not sure about all the different item caves that are available.
Have we found Hype Cave yet? I think we have.
I don't think we've seen Hype Cave, right?
I'm trying to think if we...
Oh, there's our glove.
It's left side Swamp deep with the grab there. We got Power Glove on Ninjembra's side, so he just needs this Meyer big key. And
so does he go ice next? Does he just rush ice?
I wouldn't blame him. It honestly seems pretty good, although, you know, there's upside of maybe finding the ice pick. I don't know. I don't think I stay out of ice here.
Ice was in Kakariko, I think.
Ice was available early.
Yeah. There's the other bow at Swamp.
So that's behind the Swamp small. Which
so I think the
left
Meyer
side PT is now available for Ramon.
Yeah, the Meyer bow, I believe, is logically the silvers.
I think it's in a deeper sphere. I don't know if it's logically required to be the silvers. Like, we don't know where all the Meyer smalls are, but
yeah, I guess
it seems likely.
Just with how, I mean, we only have one Meyer key.
Exactly.
It feels like it's probably logically supposed to be the Ice Palace Big.
Ice Big. Well,
I think Ninjembro will get that here.
Okay. Yep. Probable. I think then, if I'm Ninjembro, I am headed straight for ice. Because there's just so little downside to putting ice off. Like, yeah, it sucks to do with Fighter Sword, but whatever. I mean, we've been playing for almost 80 minutes with no swords.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the seed is not telling me to do crappy things after that Trinex fight. And ice small as well. That's kind of nice.
Is this the Meyer Big? Oh, the GT Big.
Ooh. Okay, well that's really bad for both runners. So it's better for Ninjembro.
Yeah.
If something's in the big chest, just because Ramon's not going to have it.
Yeah. That's just a bad key.
It's just a bad key in a bad spot. But like, if you're the last runner to the bad key in the good spot, or you find the bad key in the good spot after you've been there, like that can work out bad. So if I'm Ninjembro, I'm not feeling too bad about that one.
So we did find Hype Cave here. And there's the other glove.
The other glove. Wow. So both runners have a different glove and a different sword.
That's hilarious. All right, so now we might see ice from Ramon right away.
Yeah, and Ninjembro is going to get his Ice Palace big key. And he's saying, you know what? That's seen enough.
So I'm trying to think, what does the Mitts lock, right? If Mitts lock, at this point, they lock Smith Chain. That's about it. And the Turtle Rock entrance, because we have access to Meyer.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Mitts do tragically little. As with many cross keys seeds.
Yeah. How crazy is this?
Yeah, so we might see Ramon never get that left side swamp glove.
Yeah. And
we might see Ninjembro never find Hype Cave.
Right. Right.
Like, I think that stuff is on the table. So yeah, this seed is a little wild.
All right, so Ramon needs to go to GT to get his swamp small. He can do ice. When he does swamp, he'll get his bow. That means he can do Eastern. I mean, he's also just a Meyer big key from Gomo. So it really is who's going to find that Meyer big key first.
Yeah, Ramon has a sword from a pendant dungeon, and Ninjembro has a sword from a crystal that Ramon is definitely going to do.
Yeah.
But that said,
still 2 more.
Yeah, there's 2 swords outstanding, and
Ninjembro has silvers, which Ramon's not going to get.
Yeah, the pendant dungeon that Ninjembro would have to do to get his sword it's not like it's really gross. It's first chest pod, so. Our tracker is wishing some evil on the runners, trying to put this Meyer big key in upstairs GT or CAC well, which is like 9 checks neither of these runners want to do. So we are seeing Ice Palace now from Ninjembro, and Ramon is headed to Hyrule Castle East exit. I don't remember what was here, so I'm going to be watching closely. Oh, this was the ledge, I guess. Okay, yeah, the glove entrances. So yeah, Ramon is going to chase that glove to entrances and find Pendant Thieves Town. So I'm curious what we're going to find here in Thieves. He has all of Thieves available, so I think you just have to clear it out, right? Like, it's 8 checks. It's not that bad to get back to, but it's bad enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ramon is still looking for his bow. He's still looking for Swamp Small. He's still looking for another sword. Meyer Big that everyone's still looking for. There's so much outstanding stuff for Ramon that I don't see getting away from this Thieves Town. Meanwhile, Ice Palace, Ninjembro is carving through it pretty good, but just not a lot going on here. We do get one of those Myers Smalls, though, that leads us to our left side bow, locked behind 3 of them. And Ramon gets good enough RNG to make it through on Fire Sword. Nice Red Boom strat there in Thieves Town for Ramon.
So he's choosing to do Thieves Town over GT, I guess.
Yeah, he was doing exits. He was on his way, so he took the bumper connector or whatever it was to to the glove spot and mirror glove spot, presumably on his way to left side GT, and just found fully clearable pendant thieves. So what you gonna do?
So ice is empty, right? Nothing here?
Ice was a complete bust. Yeah, ice is full of trash. I think we got a heart container and a Meyer small.
Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, we're a Meyer big from Go mode. It's going to be somewhere awful like GT Climb or something, right?
We got powder vortexes reminding us, which is just, yeah, great. Thanks, game.
Oh, so ice is at Icky Escape. Okay.
Yeah. Where is Ninjambro going? It's going to actual Bumper Cave.
I think what connector this could be.
Yeah, so we're getting an important question in chat because I think there's maybe a lot of people asking it. Because Dazed was commentating the earlier race, and is now asking how things are going over here. So for anyone who's just arriving, both of our runners have a different sword and a different glove, and none of the 4 swords or gloves were found before like 73 minutes.
Yeah, and that's not even mentioning the chain to get to the Moon Pearl, by the way.
Yeah, the Moon Pearl was on Trinex in this one, well ahead of either of our swords or gloves or anything. Right. So it's been a little bit of an adventure. Typical cross keys.
So for chat, we're looking for the Meyer Big. That's our chat's go mode. And Ninjambro, right? Ninjambro can do everything but Meyer here.
Yeah. He needs another sword. We know the other sword that we know is in the first chest of Pendant Pod. Ninjambro hasn't found his pod entrance yet in the, I guess, east of Pyramid Dark World. Mm-hmm. The pod area, I guess. I don't know.
So Ramon needs to go to GT to get his Swamp Small, to go to Swamp to get his bow, possibly his mitts.
Yeah.
And his GT big, because I think we're probably going to need that. He did get the flute out of Thieves Town.
Okay, yeah.
But
there's potential there.
Pretty far behind. I mean, he's down an Eastern Clear, a Swamp Clear, and an Ice Clear. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. That said, he's up a Pendant Thieves Clear. He's up having the flute. He's up most of a pod.
Yeah, I mean, this is firmly in Ninjambro's hands now.
He's favored. Now,
he's definitely right. But where is the Meyer Big? That's the big
exactly
question.
And who finds the Meyer Big first? Because I feel like everything else is in places that you could very defensively go to.
Mm-hmm. I always love to see convergence with how wild the routing has been. Neither one of them has done the same thing at all. It's not like a very linear, like this is where you go, this is where you go. The Moon Pearl maybe, but after that, it's like, they both have different gloves, but both have different swords. It's nuts.
Yeah, it throttled to the Moon Pearl pretty well, but Ninjambro got around doing Desert for the 4th Turtle Rock Small to get there.
Yep.
And Ramon hadn't sequence broken his bow or hook shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ninjambro started Dark World with bow and hook shot.
Yep.
And that has just turned into, sure, Ninjambro was kind of keeping the logic in his mind for where he would go to find his Moon Pearl. But it looks like Ninjambro might be finding his flute here. Which, no beatable crystals hanging out, so...
Yeah, this is a fully clearable dungeon.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't even know if Ramon's going to activate his flute. He probably will, right?
What do we need to... Is it faster? It's probably faster for just getting to Ice Palace. You're saving some... if you use it even once more than just going to Ice, I feel like it's probably worth it. Vortex saying something that I regret hearing, which is Ninjambro will single dip pod. Which is we're hoping that Ramon doesn't have to double dip pod. I mean, there's a part of me that would be in favor of Ramon double dipping pod, but I really don't want to see either of our runners have to do that.
I mean, we're still missing the 6th key. Put that
yeah.
but yeah. Possible. We know there's nothing on pedestal.
That is true. And Ninjembro still has to find Pod, which is why he's doing Thieves before Pod.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the one that he found, and Ramon is activating that flute.
Yeah, he might just go to Ice Palace right now since he can fully clear it.
I mean, I think that's the play for Ramon. Ramon may think differently, but it doesn't seem like he does.
No, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He does need to be clearing these crystals, so...
Absolutely. I would be surprised if there was a better play, but I wouldn't be surprised that if there was a better play, if Ramon went and did that.
Right. So who do you think gets the mitts first?
Left side swamp is gross. Ramon still hasn't gone back to GT to get his swamp small. The other glove is in Hype Cave and Pod area, not too far. Ugh. I mean, I think Ninjembro gets the mitts first if the mitts are required.
Okay.
But I don't know if the mitts are going to be required.
Yeah. And really, just where is the Meyer Big?
Yeah, I can see a seed or a very real outcome where neither runner ends up finding mitts.
I'd be surprised to see Ramon skip the left side swamp when he gets there, to be honest.
It depends if he can find, like, if the thing that has the Meyer Big Key shows up before he gets back into GT.
Yeah, but I don't think that's... I mean, I feel like between the two runners, I think we've seen most of it.
I don't think there's much left out there, which is how we've got Ninjembro here in Pendant Thieves. Maybe Ramon chases the powder and finds it? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Ramon did check the Meyer.
Yeah, we saw the Meyer entrance get opened. It was
like a single item place.
I think it was like library for a compass or something. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
I think Lumberjack was Crap Fairy.
Yep. I'm pretty sure Cackwell is at the top of the pyramid, so.
Yeah, I think we would have seen Cackwell by now if it was available or easily available. Ninjembro does have it available, but
yeah,
it's 9 items. Honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised.
I mean, he still hasn't found Pod, though.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't found Pod. That's the problem. Like, Pod could just be chilling in GT, and we might just never find it. In Ninjembro's eyes.
Right.
So I don't hate if you just go back to GT. Like, you've got all the pieces. He is going to do the bat first.
Yeah, he's right here, so this makes sense. This could be the Meyer Big.
Yeah, I definitely like this before climbing.
Oh, for sure.
And it's nothing. Ramond is using a right side strat here on cold, but with half magic and fire rod, keeps it all corralled pretty well. Does pick up what, his 4th crystal, I want to say?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Yeah. So narrows the gap to 2 with Ninjembro, but realistically it's just a matter of, like, I think who can full clear to wherever this gross Meyer Big Key is.
My Pod Big, Helma are two big spots for Ninjembro here.
Yeah, and Ramond needing to get back for his bow or bows plus Swamp Small plus, the handful of items that are outstanding. Both runners need to find their second sword, but Ramon's is in path.
Yeah. And so
although
Ninjembro is about to get his,
Yeah, Ninjembro's going to get his Master Sword. If the Meyer big shows up here, then like that's pretty much it.
Yep.
But it's unfavored to have that happen.
Yeah, so this is the GT play for... Oh no, he's going to do bat first into GT, it looks like.
Yeah. And with left GT available, this is pretty good. I wonder how deep Ramond goes when he gets that swamp small, because that was pretty early on left side.
It was Rando Room, I think.
Was it? I thought it was Selphos.
No, I'm pretty
But
sure.
okay, if it's Rando Room, I think you just complete the Ice Armos. I was trying to like cook up what the odds that Ramond hits, say, GT Big Chest in a better sequence than Ninjembro are, but if it's all the way in Rando Room, I don't see you leaving there.
No.
We'll see if anything else is in pod. At least for Ninjembro, it doesn't look like this isn't required yet, because we don't know where a third sword is.
Yep.
Oh, we still haven't seen the mushroom turn in from Ninjembro. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
Have we found the witch's hut?
We saw the witch's hut, I think.
Okay.
We saw the, yeah, I think. I keep saying everything is Kakariko, but I do think it was Kakariko.
You know,
So Ramon's going
I
to get his
believe
swamp
you.
small, and he's going to go immediately to swamp, I think.
yes, and then he'll find his master sword and his first bow.
His bow, and I bet he gets mitts. And so I think the real question is the Meyer Big Key atop of GT climb? Is it the GT climb, or is it behind Myth? I think that's the big question we have.
Yeah, Mids is just Smith sequence.
It's Smith's, Ice Palace. Again, I don't know what entrances we have left.
Yeah.
There's Smith sequence, there's Ice Palace, and there's Turtle Rock.
Since we found Hype Cave now, there's no big item caves outstanding.
No big. It's all single. Yep.
Yeah, there's a couple one item caves. There might be, actually, I think there might be a couple 2 item caves. Have we found either of our waterfalls yet?
I know we've seen at least one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw Castle Tower. It was on the mountain. They cleared it out already.
So there's the Swamp Small in Rando Room for Ramond, and he is staying in as Ninjembro is doing something that is kind of Hammer Yump-esque. There we go.
it's a hammer yump.
You know, the classic 17 buffer.
So it's not in the big chest. Do you think he kills Hummer, right?
I think you do. You know, he's hammer yumping and setting it up like. I don't think you spend 17 pause buffers to then not use your small key.
Yeah,
although
he's going in.
Yeah, you could instead do one of the 6 small key checks, right? Like, did he get vanilla big key chest? Oh, he did.
Yeah,
okay,
he did everything. With 5 keys, he did everything. Yep.
Yeah, nice grouping strats here on the Ice Armos from Ramond.
You can tell he's done this before.
Yeah. Not going quite as well as you'd like it to, but still better than I see a lot of players do this one. I watch so many people just like start their cane early and then the Armos aren't moving to group themselves, and it just like it makes me physically sick every single time. So I'm glad that Ramond didn't do that.
Alright, so I think this is gonna be the swamp play. Yeah, this is going to be swamp for Ramond. So he is catching up.
Yeah, he's eating back into the lead, but like Ninjembro's, up this Helma.
He's up Helma if it's anything. He does have the Armos Knight skill is the big one.
Yeah, Armos Knights and Swamp.
I think getting back to Eastern is not pretty from what I remember.
Wasn't it like Ice Rod Cave area or something? Or yeah, something like that.
I thought it was up on the mountain.
Okay, it was kind of far out of the way. Although Ramond has the flute and the hook shot,
right?
So.
Yeah, that's different. different.
And he'll probably have his mitts, so...
Yep. I do think this is going to come down to... I from what we've seen, it feels like it's mitts or GT climb. Now, GT climb is the numbers, right? Because it has 9 items.
Yeah. It has 9 items, and it's a deeper sphere than the mitts.
Yeah.
So, like, everything's pointing GT climb to me. That said, like, it could just be on the Smith.
Yep.
You know, like 8% of the time it's just on the Smiths. And so if one runner, like if Ninjembro chooses to climb ahead of doing Smiths and Ramon chooses Smiths first, like that could very easily be the race. So I'd never noticed that particular hook clip that Ramon just used to get the small key pot in the big room in Swamp until it was pointed out to me a couple days ago by Relkin when Magnet Hands did it, and now I love that little clip. My muscle memory's still not there for it.
Yeah.
I go for the stupid one where you have to like blind adjust your Y pixel and hope, and then I lose the lottery most of the time.
Chet asking if it could be purple chest. It very well could be purple chest. Ramon is going to get his mitts here shortly. And he's going to get the GT big shortly. So then he's going to go, I imagine he does Eastern because it's a crystal.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have the choice of, do I do mitts checks or do I do the climb? And it looks like Ninjembro's going to have the same choice because he's about to go get his mitts.
Yeah, is this where his mitts are over here? Is this Hype Cave? For some reason I thought it was up like in pod area, but yeah, the runners are close together. Ninjembro, you know, looking like he's basically up and Eastern with all things shaken out plus a back of Swamp.
Yeah. So, I mean, I asked who was going to get it first. It was close. Ninjembro by a hair.
They both found it, and we weren't sure if either was getting the mitts. They both did.
Almost the exact same time.
This has been a crazy race, honestly. So,
yeah, I don't know which. It just feels like Ninjembro's going to do everything faster. So he's going to do the Smith chain faster because he's already got all his crystals that he needs. And if it's not the Smith chain, then he could go climb. I feel like either one of those he's going to get to before Ramon. So I don't know I'm not sure which outs Ramon has at this point.
Yeah, I think the leading out for Ramon right now is Ninjembro chooses climb over Smith chain. And then Ramon chooses Smith chain, and that's the answer. I think if Ninjembro chooses Smith chain, he can pretty well block out most of Ramon's outs. Although, like, there's no way to know that while racing. So, like, making the climb call is absolutely rational.
Yep.
You never are racing Ramon and you're like, well, I have a minute to give. I'll do Smith chain. Like, that just doesn't happen.
No. It looks like the GT climb is about to happen. He might go check the big chest first. What do you think?
God, no.
Oh, okay.
There's no way. I mean, like,
that's how I
if that's the answer, if that's the answer, right? I feel like both runners are just like last locating it.
Yeah.
Ninjembro, I feel like, is just gonna play his game straight up and see how it works out. And his game here should be density. Nice sort of second phase Argus there. And see, Ninjembro is first into the climb here. Yeah, look at all these lovely safety strats that Ninjembro is going to showcase. None of them are especially fast, but they're all like not particularly slow. I rib him on his strat choices all the time, but like for the most part, like he's not losing more than a second or so in any room, and he's mitigating the chance that he has some sort of multi-second disaster. And then that room happens, but that can happen to anyone, even someone who's going for good strats. And Ramon, sure enough, is going to go and clean up Eastern here. And then, are there things Ramon has done that Ninjembro hasn't at this point?
Yeah, it's so hard to tell. He did so much overworld clearing that I'm not really sure. And obviously, he didn't get anything out of it, so...
I was trying to think if there was, like, a glove entrance or something. Vortex is saying catfish. I'm guessing Ramon has done that. Yeah, we're just about into the money rooms of Upper GT here, so we'll be finding out soon enough if the GT climb was the right call.
Yeah. If it's not, then Ninjembro's probably going to feel pretty behind, but I think that's it. Yep.
And that's he's just, nope, I'm out. That's all I needed. I'm doing this Master Sword Silvers fight. And... yeah, I don't see a way for Ramon back into this, but...
yeah, I think Ramon just stayed too in logic and had to go back to stuff too much that Ninjembro was able to take advantage of that. Also, getting that mirror early really helped. That really helped.
Ramon is totally dunking on Ninjembro, though, with this Armos, and then it fell apart with one dropped input. Is that a Yuzahara strat?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a smooth one, but
it's... I don't know whose that is. Someone certainly knows. It's gorgeous though. I love that fight, but it's above my pay grade. I'll do the lame top right corner Armos and still botch it about 10% of the time. But yeah, the mirror and cane early for Ninjembro, honestly, sort of set the tone for the early lead, and looks like it'll probably be decisive. Something really strange would have to happen for Ninjembro for him to lose from this point, but we've seen some wild stuff happen in League, this season and previous seasons. So, it's not over until Ganon's dead. Ganon is at the Kakariko well. Ninjembro does have an easy path back to it. Does have silvers for this Vitreous fight, and does have enough silvers to, I think, so there's 9, 11, yeah, he's one arrow shy. So yeah, he is going to start with the cape here. And just slash. Good cognizance on his part to know, I just need to save some arrows. I think he's maybe saving a few too many arrows here, but better to save arrows you didn't need so you can shoot them into the wall. Yeah, Ramon is making the play to the Smith chain. This is really great cognizance on his side. We know that this is not where the Mire Big is. It is in the climb, but playing against density when you were sort of that late to some of the key pieces totally makes sense. And Fear did have to duck out, had other commitments, but huge thanks to Fear for joining me on this. It was a lot of fun to co-com with him. Always good to have double team comms when you can get it lined up, and it was a pleasant surprise. So yeah, if you have not yet, follow Fear Agent. Don't know why you wouldn't have done that yet. Same thing, follow Ninjembro, follow Ramond. Obviously, great runners. Both these guys have been instrumental in their teams, both having already locked up playoffs, so you'll be seeing more of these guys even beyond the 7-week regular season as Ninjembro drops into Ganon. Getting a nice Trident spin there, and Ganon being generous with the teleport position. No Samaria Ganon, because Samaria Ganon's gross and laggy, and why would we? But yeah, I mean, he's got red mail, he's got 17 hearts, so he's got like a virtual 75 hearts or something right now. Ramond is into the GT climb, will find his Meyer Big Key. I don't know if I don't know if he'll find his Meyer Big Key, because I don't know if he'll be there by the time Ninjembro slogs through this fight. But yeah, he's gonna cape, he's got half magic. He's got silvers, he's got 8 arrows, he can fire 4 into the wall. And, unless things get real wonky, Ninjembro will be earning, honestly, a pretty important 9th win for Bottles on Empty in this Misery Mire division. And will be, letting the old Fendrana Drifters pop their champagne bottle for the season as the last undefeated team in Invitational falls. But both teams on awesome runs. But yeah, this race could be important for seeding in, not really in first, second. Divine Beastie Boys would need a very bad thing to happen to them in order for them to not get the first seed, but it will keep them from clinching it for today. As Ninjembro is poised to cross the bridge here. And GG to Ninjembro, finishing with an official time of 1:56:37. Timer matches the race time room. And Ramon getting bullied by these sparks here in upper GT, signifying the DNF there, did choose to forfeit the race, but GG's to both runners. It's not that I have no faith in the leftovers. And GG, Ninjembro, who's joining us. Welcome, dude. Good W. You with us, Ninjembro? He might be having some mic troubles or something. But yeah, GG to both our runners. Ninjembro is with us. We'll see when he pops in and we can start hearing him. But GG also to Ramond and the Divine Beastie Boys. Yo, Ramond is joining us. GG. Fear had to duck out, but Fear did co-com with me. Had to go set up a restream for something he's doing.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, GG's guys.
As well.
Is my mic working now? Okay, cool. Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, we hear you both. So, Ninjembro, I'm sure you and Ramon chatted in the race time. I didn't really get to catch up on it at all. I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Did you figure out what your early advantage was in this one?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know it at the time, obviously.
Sure.
But with the hindsight of the race time chat afterwards, it was definitely the Kanon mirror. But I will say that I felt that advantage was pressed when I found that completely ludicrous Moon Pearl.
Yeah, you guys were about 40 seconds apart to that pearl.
Oh wow.
Like it it came back together, but the thing that you had at the point that Ramon didn't have was you had sequence broken both the hookshot and the bow from left side mire. So Ramon didn't find the second bow.
Oh.
But you were able to single dip Eastern when you found it?
Yeah.
By virtue of having that early bow.
Yeah, just like... I found that Moon Pearl, and I forget what seed earlier in the league I talked about this, but like I found that Moon Pearl and my brain just broke. Because I was like, well, killing Trinex is going to spit me out at what's that place? Floating Island in the Dark
Yes,
World.
sir.
And like my plan after that, I think, was to like go down and do like finish Desert and then do Saha and like just some other like random things. And I was like, oh, Moon Pearl, so I can actually just check these entrances I didn't do and then hook over, follow the Desert connector to the Dark World and just start going nuts.
Yeah, and you both kind of did. You both went nuts in like different orders though. So the thing that was a true like clown fiesta of this seed was that I think until 73 minutes no one had a sword or a glove, and you each found a sword and a glove, but you each found different sword and glove. So,
yeah, when I found that my Master Sword, I was like, well, this was like really free. And then when I found my mitts, I was like, this was also really free. So like I was thinking for a while, like, when am I doing the GT climb, right? Because like it's always been in the back of my head, and like the longer I went not finding my last item/items, because I'd realized that I was go -3, like at a reasonably early point in the seed considering cross keys. I needed like Mire Big Key, a second sword, and a glove. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, I'm going to just start like jamming dungeons because like they can just show up on the way. And like that kind of happened, right? Like I found that glove left side swamp, I think, and I was like, okay, we're going to Ice Palace immediately after this. Like obviously I cleaned up a couple entrances that were convenient because they were still mainly I was looking for a hype cave because I knew that was a multi-check cave that I hadn't found yet. And I think at that point in time, I hadn't found Pod yet either.
Also correct.
So I wanted to like cover those entrances in like the Pod area, and in case I found any of those, because like even though I knew Thieves and Pod were pendants, like I knew if I found them, I was full clearing them because I was essentially only looking for items, and like it just felt like the right thing to do. But once I found both of those and cleared them, I'm like, well, I guess I'll go over to Dark Shopping Mall because that's effectively like 4 entrances, and then I can, you know, go over to like the Catfish area and do all that. And then once I found Hype Cave and got the mitts, I, for a second, like while I was swimming over to that little whirlpool, I was like, do I want to chase the mitts outs or do I want to chase GT? And I was like, GT isn't exactly fast, but neither are like the mitts things I can do, and GT is effectively 9 items.
Yeah, which actually, Ramond, I wanted to ask you, because late in the seed, when it throttled down to the choice of mitt stuff versus GT, you did choose to do the mitt stuff first.
Well,
what entered in that decision?
My main goal was actually the GT climb, just because of the sheer amount of items. The rest of my checks were like, I don't know, some single checks here or there. Nothing felt good. I knew I still had like 2 connectors open entrances I hadn't checked yet, and my entrance pool was pretty low. Was also like missing 3 item caves, but the chance that when I check an entrance it would like be just desert front or desert right side was like pretty high. So I thought, okay, so I was basically at that point down to Smith's Chain or GT climb or maybe Hera Big Key chest or GT big chest, something like that. I don't think I had like any other non-entrance checks left. So GT Climb was the obvious play, but I took the Smith because the Smith was basically more or less next to GT, and I still want to like try to clear it as efficiently as possible. So taking the Smith basically up to the GT area and then just going into the GT Climb. So it was not a conscious decision to like I'm going to do the mids checks now because they were left side swamp. But it was more like, okay, I can like take the Smith up there and then like follow up into GT because I can maybe cut like a bit of walking in the long term. Yeah.
That totally makes sense. I wasn't sure if it was, sort of a play against density from, like maybe on how you were feeling in the context of the race, or if it was just the consolidation of getting to GT but doing everything on the way. And
kind of both.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. It was a really fascinating race, honestly, because of the early Kane and Mirror on Ninjembro's side, you guys were doing wildly different stuff until it kind of converged at Moonpearl, and then doing wildly different stuff again. And so there's a lot of each of you doubling back over things that the other had done, but it really was, it came down to Ninjembro was basically up a back of swamp and an eastern when everything shook out, and it came time to make the call between, doing sort of mids checks or bad one-offs or entrances for caves versus GT, and he went to GT and got the Mire Big out of the climb.
Yeah, so I didn't even realize there was a bow in left side Mire. And the eastern big was like in hookshot cave, therefore actually also locked behind the moon pearl because the hookshot was actually pearl locked. So I did not even consider when I entered eastern, I did not even consider it would already be possible that you basically just clear it immediately, because I had neither bow nor the big key, and both of those I found pretty late. Like one was in back of swamp and the other was basically in hookshot cave. I had the hookshot pretty late, so I never even considered that it was actually possible to just clear eastern right away after the moon pearl. So that's kind of annoying that I skipped that bow there. But of course the mirror is like the biggest thing, because with an early mirror the whole routing is different. And I mean, I would probably also have checked the Maya area, because there are also like entrances, mirror entrances. Then I would have done the entrances and also maybe gotten the hookshot a little earlier. That would have maybe made me like do left side GT earlier, which would have allowed me to go to swamp. Yeah, so that late mirror really cascaded into like a lot of it was pretty bad, I think, for this seed.
Yeah, I think you've pretty much diagnosed it about as well as I was able to from having watched it play out. I mean, that's kind of exactly the way that this one broke, but still a fascinating race that, both players were live until, the very, very end when Ninjembro got that Mire Big Key out of the climb. But, I do have to get going here in the next couple minutes, so my apologies. But anything else that either of you guys wanted to say about this one?
Not really, other than, again, GG's, Ramon. That was, like I said, a heck of a seed. Good luck in week 7. It's not a whole lot of pressure on our teams, having already clinched playoffs, but, you want a strong finish to the season, so...
That's right. Thanks, and good luck to you too. And thank you also to the restream and everybody who made this restream possible, the restreamer, commentators, tracker, and also the viewers, of course. Thanks for the broadcast, and see you again soon.
Yeah, just one last GG's to both of our runners. One last reminder, if you've not followed them yet, what are you doing? Just go follow them. They played great and are fantastic runners who are generating a lot of great rando content. And clearly, if you're watching this, you enjoy that. So definitely show them some love. Also, big thanks to our tracker, Sinhei, who kept me and Fear Agent on the rails for most of the run. And huge shout outs to Fear for joining me on comms on this. And I think he's going to be running a back-to-back comm shift with his 216 weekly that he runs. So that is a Herculean feat there, probably doing something like 4 hours of commentary. But Ninjember, anything else you wanted to say before we shut it down?
Nope. GG's again, and thanks for putting this on.
All right. And with that, we'll wrap things up here. But let me just take a quick look at the rest of the schedule for today. It looks like actually already ongoing on the ALTTPR League. We have the Shack Tools Digging game versus Bolas Azules, Ace Zero versus Matcap run that I think probably is still going. That's probably about 40 minutes in. And then later this afternoon, in just a few hours, we have another Misery Mire matchup, 2 Infinity and Pagog versus Don't Forget to Track Us, Humbug versus Ikir. And then there's also a slate of races going on for the Open League, as well as things on Sunday. So lots of great regular season league content as things wind down. But thank you all for hanging out and enjoying this one with me. I've been Maniacal. Thanks again to Fear Agent, Sinhane, Ninjembro, Ramond, Sigma, everyone who was responsible for getting this one. Thank you for hanging out. Take it easy. Have a great day.